Hi there everyone, kamusta? Welcome back to my channel. Once again, this is Reich, your film friend, half Filipino, half amazing. And thank you so much for tuning in again. Today we're going to talk about initial interview stage. So for those who are applying in a call center industry, who are busy submitting your resume, sending your applications to different BPOs in the Philippines, this video is for you because I'm going to share with you my personal experience on how did I pass the initial interview. Just to let everybody know, an initial interview is actually this is the second part of your application. The first stage would be the phone screening, wherein you will be talking to the people from the sourcing team, and that's the stage wherein they would have to verify your basic information that's written in your resume, your contact information, every single detail about yourself. Now, once you pass that, you will be endorsed to another stage, which is called the initial interview, and this is what we're going to talk about today. An initial interview is actually the stage wherein your recruiters are going to do the KBR, or the key background review. So it is usually done to gauge your communication skills and make sure to answer the questions confidently with minimal pauses and avoid fillers like uhs, and of course dead air. Okay, so remember that the best way to speak fluently is a proper thought organization. And yes, when answering questions, you should be speaking in plain English, no Tagalog. Okay? Remember that you need to highlight the details about yourself that will make you a good fit for the role you are applying for. Okay? So to make it more personal, okay, because usually the very first questions that would be asked by your recruiter is tell me something about yourself. And to make it more personal, you may start by introducing yourself and or telling them about your nickname. And do not forget to highlight your educational attainment, your working experiences. If you don't have working experiences, it's fine. You could probably take a look back at your OJT. But if you are an undergraduate, you could probably take a look back at your experiences in school. Okay, and you can also share to them about your interests and your reason as to why you are. As much as possible, you have to answer in a complete sentence and do not answer in Tagalog. Okay, so in the Philippines, if you're applying in a call center, if you speak Tagalog, then that could give you that could give your recruiter a reason of not passing you because the let's always remember that English is the business language. So being able to express yourself fluent in English is really a plus, and this is something that would help you get the job. Okay, so in this video as well, I'm going to teach you on how to answer questions properly, and I'm going to share with you common interview questions that you might encounter when you are applying in a BPO industry. But before that, let me just share with you 3 things that you might encounter in an initial interview. Just to give everyone a brief background, I was a former interviewer in a BPO industry. Currently, I am not anymore doing the interview. However, I used to work in the recruitment team for roughly 10 years, and that was my job. So conducting initial interviews and facilitating assessments and also doing final interviews. Okay, so with my previous experience, this is what we do. Usually when we gauge an applicant during the initial interview stage, we usually ask them questions like the key background review. So these are things that are written in your resume. So we verify that information from your name, address, contact details, email address, and also your educational attainment, working experiences, then your previous superior, and then especially your character references. We do that. Okay, this is to make sure that we have someone to contact in case you pass. Then we will have a person wherein we can get back for the background references. Okay, and also aside from that, we ask you about your expected salary. So what do we tell our recruiter when you are asked what are you or what's your expected salary? Of course, you have to make sure to give a specific amount, okay, or not really a specific amount, but at least a range. So right now, call centers are offering 15,000 to 18,000 package for starters like you. And also, questions that you might encounter is that you will be asked about, in case you will be hired, what do you think will make you leave the company? So you have to be honest in telling your recruiter what do you think will be the reason of you leaving in the future. So I could suggest that when I applied before, what I told my recruiter is that when I was asked the this kind of question, what will make you leave, then I've answered, I am not yet thinking of leaving at the moment because I am currently looking for a job. So, but in case that there is a reason of me leaving the job, it's probably if I have some health issues, or if I'll get sick and the doctor would ask me to leave and stop for working, and I needed to take a rest. So that's what I told my recruiter before. And you can also come up with your own reason, okay? And then another thing that you might encounter is what is your motivation. Of course, when I applied, I told my recruiter that my greatest motivation of looking for a job is really my family, because I am going to help my siblings in with their education. I'm also going to help my parents with the expenses in the house. So that's the reason I told my recruiter. And then you might be also asked about what made you apply in a call center industry. So at that time when I applied in the BPO industry, I actually had my experience already. So BPO was actually my second experience. So I got two jobs. That was the first job that I've had was at the bank. So I worked with one of the biggest banks in the Philippines for roughly more than 3 years. Okay, and then I've resigned. So basically, when I decided to oh, okay, not decided, but when I was told what's the reason of you applying in a BPO industry, then I honestly told my recruiter that honestly I decided to venture in the call center industry because I wanted to earn more. Okay, so it's basically the salary. So I am looking for a job that would be able to give me higher compensation. And also I chose to be in a call center industry, or choose to be in a call center industry, because I wanted to enhance my communication skills. So those are the only reasons that I can remember that I've shared when I was asked this kind of question. Then I was also asked this question: what do you think are the biggest challenge that you need to overcome as an agent? So this is not an easy question, but of course, I honestly told the recruiter that the biggest challenge that I can think of right now is probably me not having an experience working in an English company. So probably one of the challenges would be the learning the English language, expressing myself in a spontaneous manner, and of course, dealing with American customers. But then again, I also told my recruiter that I believe that call centers offers training, and I know that you guys will be able to help me in enhancing my communication skills. So as simple as that. Then I can also remember that I was asked this question: tell me about your idea of the, or tell me about your idea of a job in a call center industry. So basically, I went back to the basic. What I know about the call center industry is that they are taking in calls. So I told my recruiter that what I know about the call center industry is this is where customers from other countries are calling in, and then the job of a call center agent is to take care of their concerns and talk to them over the phone and help them resolve the issues that they have. So that's it. I can also remember this kind of question that was asked when I applied back then. It was year 2006. I was asked this kind of question. What do you think are the reasons that will make you stay? So I told my recruiter that I have all the reasons to stay. First of all, I know that the company is going to regularize me if ever I'll be given the chance. I might stay. I will stay as well because of the incentives that I will be getting, and I will also stay because the I know that the salary is way higher compared to what I was earning from my previous job. And I also told my recruiter that I will stay in this industry because call centers are big companies, and call centers are also considered to be a stable company. So I have no reasons of leaving because I know that I'm in good hands. I was also asked this kind of question: what is the career path that you are planning to take? So this actually talks about your future plans in this industry. So at that time, I can remember I wasn't able to really understand the meaning of a career path. So I honestly told my recruiter that, could you please explain to me what is the career path means? Well, it's okay to ask during the interview. Um, it is also okay to let your recruiter know that you don't understand the term or terminology that she or he is talking about. Um, then the recruiter informed me that this is all about your future plans. How do you see yourself in this industry after 4 to 5 years? So of course, I told my recruiter that I also wanted to see myself as one of the team leaders, okay? But at that time, I really wanted to be part of the human resources or HR. So that's why I told my recruiter that if there's a chance of me being part of the human resources, I would also wanted to see myself interviewing applicants and hiring applicants for the company. And that happened after 1 year and 2 months of working as an agent. I got promoted. So that's my answer when I applied. And also, I was asked this kind of question: do you have any previous or pending applications? Well, at the time, I've honestly told my recruiter that yes, I do have pending applications, and I've also submitted my resumes to another or to other BPOs. Well, I was so honest at the time, and telling your recruiter that you are actively applying, it actually gives them an idea that you are an applicant who is really looking and sincerely eyeing for a job. So I told my recruiter back then that yes, I have pending applications. Then, do you have I was also asked this question: what do you think, or what are your game plan, or what's your game plan rather, if your application here is not successful? So of course I told my recruiter that, well, um, it would be very sad if it would be very sad if I won't be able to get this job. Well, in case I won't be successful with my application today, I will still continue to look for a job. I'll move on and then apply to another BPO until I get hired. So that's what I told. And of course, I've realized that saying those things is really helpful because you're letting your recruiter know that you are really an applicant who is sincere, who is persistent, and looking for a job. Okay, so that's basically the very first part of the initial interview stage. So the KBR, or the questions that, or this is called the key background review. And also, they will be able to check your motivation, and they will be able to check about everything that they wanted to know about you, or anything that they can see on your resume. Then the second part of the interview that I can remember back then was, or we do this when I was still a recruiter, is the tongue twister. So this is funny because you in this stage you guys will be asked to read um, tongue twisters. Okay, so the tongue twisters are actually consist of the vowel sounds, okay, the A, I, O, U sounds, and then the B and the V sounds, and then a combination of P and F sounds, and the T and the TH sounds. So later on the practice, I will be letting you read some tongue twisters, okay? And after the tongue twister stage, then you will be asked, but this is optional. But on my personal experience, with my personal experience, I usually do this. I ask beauty pageant questions. So these are questions, anything under the sun, that a recruiter might ask. So they might ask you questions like, how do you explain red to a blind person since birth? Okay, and you might be asked, why is it a manhole is shaped as round? So these are questions that are really, really crazy questions. But then again, this would help us recruiters gauge our applicants' ability to think out of the box and your reasoning skills. Okay, so basically, those are the things that you will have to expect when you are undergoing in an interview in a call center industry. Okay, so on my next vlog, I'm going to let you practice initial interview with me. So guys, if you still have time, please do watch the next vlog that I'm going to share with you. And again, I am wishing every one of you to please do your best in an interview. Remember all of the tips that I've shared in this video, and I'm hoping that you guys will be able to pass and get the job very, very soon. So I'll be including you in my prayers and hope that you guys will really do good. But then again, if you won't make it, again, don't give up. Don't feel bad. Okay, it's normal to be sad, but then again, don't really, really feel bad and continue to apply. Just keep on applying, just keep on applying, and remember that soon there will be a BPO that would say yes to your application. Once again, my name is Reich, and I hope that this video would be able to help you with your job application. Thank you so much for watching. God bless everyone, keep safe, and see you on my next video. Have a great day, everyone. Goodbye.